What's up, ladybots and gentle droids? I am Dylan, the TechnoGiz guy, and today we're reviewing the Even G2 glasses, as well as the ring. Okay, so we're over here on the bench, and the setup is changing. I'm constantly trying to change things and evolve the setup. I'm actually trying to figure out the logistics on a new desk setup, not for my actual working desk, but as a purely film set where I can do different stuff. Trying to figure that out. So here we are at the bench. Front and center, we have these are the G2 gray glasses. I got the square kind. So then we have, this is the clip, like the sunglasses clip that turn them into sunglasses. Guessing this is the ring sizing kit. But real quick, I just want to say that these are not mine. I rented these. The only caveat to that is if you're a prescription glasses user, you cannot get the prescription lenses as a rental. So these were not sent to me. I am paying for them. It's just they're not technically mine because they are a rental. We have a pull tab here. We have in here, ooh, I like the packaging. You see their banner up top, or their tagline, the everyday display smart glasses. They are display glasses. We'll get into some of the caveats if you're not aware of this product already. And then you're just greeted with the glasses case. And then the rest of this box is just cardboard. And then from here, there's just a little pull. This looks like it is gonna be some documentation. Quietly extraordinary power for your everyday life. Welcome to Even Realities. To most people, what you're holding might look like just a pair of glasses. But when you put them on, you unleash a quietly extraordinary power that fuels your life every single day. At Even Realities, we believe technology should stay in the background, improving your day without interrupting it, helping you feel more prepared, more present from your first meeting to your evening commute home. Even G2 quietly blends into your world while expanding what's possible. You've chosen to wear the future, and we're grateful you're here. That's a nice little manifesto. You have a quick start guide that I, of course, am not going to read. How do I get this out? Ah, okay. Reminds me of unboxing an Apple product. All right, and you have the case here with the glasses inside of them, another little pull, and there's my glasses. So looking at them from an angle, I can see the waveguide displays in them. If I take them out of the case, those displays basically vanish. You can see them in the camera, but like you can see they disappear really quickly. So the case is a hard mesh material, and it looks like there are charging pads on the sides of the glasses, and then it charges in there when you drop them in. USB-C on the back, that's good, good. Well, let's put these on. Okay, it's not bad. How do I turn these things on? Hang on, wait. I got the glasses on, but there's more underneath. You get a nice braided USB-C cable. That's nice. Temple sleeves and nose pads. Ah, okay. So you can change out the nose pads, I guess, and put sleeves on the temples if it bothers you. I'm not going to do that. This is just a microfiber cloth. And then you get some safety and warranty info. You do not get a power brick. That's fine. How do I turn these on? Don't tell me they don't come charged. Okay, I may or may not have just lost all of my face cam footage because I forgot that when I power my USB-C brick over here that I have that's powering the camera, I forgot that it cycles what's plugged into it. So I might have just lost all my footage from this camera. Anyway, oh, I see stuff. I see text. Okay. Set up your glasses in the app. Okay. Aren't they supposed to be two displays? It feels like it's only one. No, the other one's there, kind of. Ah, okay, I'm gonna have to adjust them. Okay, so it's a good thing they come with different nose pads because I have to wear them slightly off my face to see them. So hopefully I can raise those a little bit. I obviously haven't set them up yet, and you guys can't see what I'm seeing, but literally I just have text in front of me, like hovering wherever I look. I had to adjust the glasses because if I wear them where I would wear glasses, I can only actually see the text out of one eye. But if I pull them down, definitely don't want to wear them like that. Hello, Sonny. What are you doing on the lawn? Damn kids. Okay. I guess first, let me find some nose pads that make this more comfortable. Yeah. I did actually just get that one in. Okay. Yes, perfect. So now I can basically wear these right where I want them. And I'm going to grab the app. It says, please put your glasses in the case and make sure they are charging. Okay. So the glasses apparently only charge in the case when the little magnetic flap is closed. That's interesting. I didn't grab a screen capture, but I am doing a software update. Updating your Even glasses, please don't take them out of the charging case, and it's installing some updates. So I had to give them an email and a password, but that's it. They didn't ask for any other information other than those details. You need a password to secure yourself, and you need an email to get a code, and so they know where to send your stuff. They didn't ask for my name, my birthday, anything like that. So that already is kind of on my good side in a world where we're more and more getting digital ID in control. This part, but I just got off of work. Got some paperwork, and then you get the charger. So looks like this is a drop style charger. It looks like to charge it, you just drop it right on the charger cradle there. I like the color. So not only is it a control surface for the glasses themselves, but it is also a fitness tracker. Now, from what I have already seen, it does not integrate to Google Fit or Apple Health. That means that all the health data is only contained within Even Realities. So I have the glasses connected. If I go over here to the health, discover the ring, put your ring on the charger and make sure it is in the correct position. Okay. I don't have a camera set up right now. Again, I just got off at work and I'm trying to really have been enjoying the glasses, and I can tell that the ring is going to be a great addition. How do I know if it's in the right position? Flat side goes towards the cable. Yeah, just found it. So I'm going to accept the pair and connect request that comes up. Sometimes that doesn't come up and the app will do it automatically. Sometimes it comes up and you have to click it. Now it's going to check for firmware updates. It looks like there is a firmware update. So there was a firmware update, so I'm just going to let that run. Okay, so I want to talk about what I like about this product first. Right now, by the way, I want to make this fully clear. I am using them. I have my notes for this video on the screen. I can see that. I know you can kind of see it when I move my head around sometimes. Yep, there you go. You can catch it right at the angle. But if I'm just looking the camera dead on as if I were talking to you, talking to a person, you can't really tell that I'm reading my notes right now, which has been really nice. So let's talk about what I liked about these glasses, and then we'll talk about what I don't like. First and foremost, the text is super legible. I have no problem reading the text. Anyone I've handed these to has not had a problem reading the text. To me, at least, it's very easy on the eyes. So like right now, I'm looking at the text as well as trying to look through it into my camera, and I'm not having a problem. It's not a strain on my eyes. I have sat through a 4-hour meeting at work with these glasses on in the conversate mode, taking notes via the AI. Did not have a problem at all. The only thing I've noticed is if I already am getting a headache, like from other things, dehydration, whatever, and I'm wearing the glasses, I noticed that these will make my headache much worse. I've noticed that the one time I got a headache with these, when I tried to use them with the headache, it made it way worse. So that was a thing, but these did not cause the headache. I've never gotten a headache from using them. They're super lightweight. Literally, they are just this thin little magnesium frame. You get these kind of big nipples on the back, which is where all your electronics are housed. They've been very lightweight, and as a person who does not normally wear glasses, I haven't really had too much of a problem adjusting to them, other than the fact that I kind of had marks on my nose for the first couple days. So to set these up, I gave them very minimal data. So they didn't ask for my age or my name or anything like that. They asked for an email address and a password. You can give them your age and whatnot later for fitness tracking stuff, but you don't have to. They did not make me verify anything. I didn't have to upload my ID to them. That was very nice. Can't believe that's a feature in 2026. Now, there is an AI, by the way, for this. We'll talk about the AI. It's not terrible, but it could be a lot better as well. So the support team is very responsive. And I know this because I didn't have a problem. I was just seeing what kind of options I had if I wanted to buy these, because I'm renting these from Even Realities. I sent them an email. I don't remember the specifics, but it was pretty late on a Friday night. I sent them an email just asking if instead of sending these back and then buying another pair, I could just buy my pair that I already have. I'm not even kidding, within 8 minutes on a Friday night, it was well past the working day. Within 8 minutes, somebody replied to me saying, yes, I can draft you up a quote. Just tell me what pieces you want to keep. So within 8 minutes, they were replying to me, telling me that all I had to do was tell them what I wanted. I replied back. I said, can you write me up 2 quotes for this and this and this and this? Another 5 minutes go by. I had the quotes sent in my email, and she said, if you need anything else, just reach out. That was it. On a Friday night, after business hours, at least where I live, they might have people around the world, but at least where I live, it was after business hours. I emailed support with a very low priority item, and they got back to me within an hour. That's pretty good. If their actual troubleshooting support is anywhere near as good as that, these guys have got something good on their support team. So the development from Even Realities as well as the community has been very active. There is a store that you can find apps that run on the glasses. The store is technically open. It's not open source. It's just open for submission to the store. There are a lot more than the stock apps will give you, and some of the apps in particular are a lot better than the stock apps. If you're into that, there's also a really active community on Discord where people are building new things, troubleshooting, answering problems. I actually went there to get the terminal mode figured out. I wanted to figure out how to get it set up. Their documentation was not great. I got on the Discord and someone was actually real nice, gave me proper documentation of how to get that set up. And once they explained it, I was like, that makes sense. So yeah, there is a good active community on Discord. If you like a good Discord community, that seems like a good spot for these glasses and their other hardware. So the voice AI, so far, I've only used it a handful of times for setting reminders and triggering a translate session. It works. It's okay. It's not ChatGPT, it's not OpenAI, it's not Gemini, it's not Llama. I don't know what it is. It's just called Even AI. I'm sure somewhere along the lines it's hitting some cloud server. That is one of the big names. One of the things I did like was you can tell the AI which language to translate to, because you can't actually say auto detect. So if you hit translate, you have to tell it which language you're coming from. I don't love that, because you can't. What if you don't know the language? How am I supposed to say which language it is? Auto detect would be really nice. But the AI, it works, it's there, it's helpful. But I've been wearing these basically all day, every day for 2 or 3 weeks, and they're comfortable all day. I've not had a problem at all. I have noticed I get a little bit uncomfortable in my ears, but that's not a glasses issue. On the tops of my ears, everything starts getting uncomfortable, so that's not necessarily a glasses problem. It is just something I've observed. In my usage, I've seen about 1 to 2 days of battery life, depending on the usage. My usage is I put these on when I wake up and start my day, and I didn't take them off until I was going to bed. So I was not taking these off at lunch and putting them in the case to charge or anything like that. I was wearing these as much as I possibly could to use them and test them and see if they were actually worth the money they cost. If you're using them very heavily, you'll still get through at least most of a day, probably about 80 to 90% of a normal person's day. If you're using them on kind of the lighter side, general notifications, question once every once in a while, small stuff like that, easily 2 days, if not even 3. They claim that the case can charge the glasses 5 times. I haven't tested that either. However, I do know that for the longest time I did not charge the case. I charged it when I got it, and then I have not charged it since, other than one other time I charged it yesterday. And that was the first time I'd actually plugged the case in. So, battery life, pretty good. Case charging, pretty solid. The ring for my finger is comfortable. The touch controls are very responsive. I like it. Quite frankly, and I have to say this, I think without the ring, the glasses kind of suck. And I'm going to talk about that when I talk about my final thoughts more, but I think if the ring is not included, the glasses are not worth any of the money. Period. So, we'll talk about that in my final thoughts. But the ring is very responsive. I have not had a problem with it. I have had a problem with it rotating around my finger. It's not quite as snug as I'd like because you can't do half sizes for the ring. It works, and I really do enjoy it. I truly enjoy the ring. As a control surface for this platform, it's fantastic, and I honestly wish I could use it for other things. So, Editor Dylan here. I'm editing this video and I just mentioned that I wanted to use the ring for other things. As I'm watching that over, I'm thinking about today at work where I was listening to music in my AirPods and I tapped the Ring trying to change my music. So even just in the couple of weeks I've been using the Ring with the glasses, I've become so used to using the Ring as a control surface that I genuinely am trying to use it out of habit to do things like control my music. The Ring is really nice, and I would love to get my hands on that Meta wristband thing to see how it does too. Anyway, back to your regularly scheduled idiot. Okay, let's talk about the bad stuff. Some of the stuff I did not like with these glasses. The first and number one thing that I said was that the app has no dark mode. That's not acceptable. You made a really good product, guys. The build quality of these glasses rivals an Apple product, and your app scorches my corneas. My eyes! My eyes! It takes my retinas and it spits on them. Build a freaking dark mode in. Okay, now that I've ranted about my corneas being blasted every time I look at the app, which, by the way, you will be looking at the app quite a bit, because the glasses are essentially worthless without your phone, which kind of goes against what Even Realities advertises. They advertise these as a companion to your life to reduce your need for your phone, right? Because you can put some of the stuff from your phone on here, on your face. Except when your phone doesn't work, the glasses don't work. The glasses are literally a paperweight. They do nothing. The only thing they actually do well when they are not connected to a phone is you can see through them and they tell the time. That's it. That's all you get. You get a watch and you get to see. That's all you get with your phone gone. I understand it's a small hardware footprint. They don't have room for hardware. Hardware makes heat. Heat's uncomfortable. Heat draws battery. Battery makes it less usable. I understand all that. I'm just saying what I think, and I'm a power user, right? So if you're watching this and you're a regular person, keep that in mind, right? I am a person who, as much as I hate how much the technology is being used against us, and our billionaire overlords seem to just be doing whatever they want and following the playbook of some Satanist regime or some cult or something. Whatever. I still love tech. I still love technology. And I wore these for 3 weeks as a person who doesn't need glasses, just so I could see if I actually really liked, and I do like them. I just don't like certain things about them. And I don't think the tech is ready. I really don't think it's ready. You can't move the display to the bottom. So I'll show you what I mean by that. You guys can see those rectangles, and I will try to get some footage that better encapsulates that. Oh, that's a good one. So you guys can see the rectangles. The rectangles are in the top portion of the eyes. So kind of like a bifocal if you are a glasses wearer. Most of the lens is just clear. You can see through it, no problem. The top section is slightly tinted if the glasses are off. It just looks like it has a slight tint. But then when the glasses are on, that is where the text is. Now, for me, for my field of vision, depending on how I consciously focus my eyes, the text is either in my entire field of vision or it's kind of up above my field of vision. Like right now I'm looking directly into the camera, the text is above the lens. Now the text is right in front of the camera lens. So basically my complaint is I would like if I could put the displays in the bottom. That's the big thing. They're only in the top. I can't get them any lower than like my center line of vision. I can get them above my center line or at my center line, but I can't get them below the center line. Kind of coming off of the display being bigger, in the conversate mode, there is this little thing where it will give you little AI tips and help, which I actually found to be very helpful during a training class. At first it's a little rough because it's just giving you facts about random things that it hears, but over the course of a transcript it will actually go back and provide you data from the transcript, which I thought was really nice, and it helped me a lot for a work call where I had to take a test. I was never good in school, so sitting down in a classroom taking tests is not my specialty. Editor Dylan, I'm back. So somehow I lost the single clip where I was saying what I was trying to say here. Basically what I was trying to say is the little helper pop-ups that come up, they're really helpful, and I wish they were present throughout the whole ecosystem. For example, when you're in any app on the glasses, you cannot get notifications from your phone or any other app on the glasses. It'd be really nice if while I was in the news app or one of the store apps, if I could see pop-ups of my messages so I don't miss them. So the Ring is not just a control surface for the glasses, right? It's also a tracker, a health tracker. It has a handful of different sensors, and quite frankly, I'm unimpressed with it. Do you know why I'm unimpressed with it? Because the app for the health tracking, it's kind of terrible. It was definitely an afterthought, and it does not link to Google Health Connect or Apple Health. I don't use Apple Health, but I know Apple has a huge market share, especially here in the US. If you want to use Apple Health, this Ring will not integrate to it. If you want to use Google Health, it will not integrate to that either. So the only place I can actually utilize this health data is in the Even Realities app. Remember, I said it sucks. The app itself is fine, besides not having dark mode, but the section where the health stuff is kind of terrible. It's limited. There's not a whole lot of really good health features. Some of the sensors this thing has could give you really good sleep insights and other insights into your health and body metrics, but they're just not utilizing it. And I'm sure they will eventually, but I bought it now, or you're buying it now. And I need it now! You're buying the product as it is today in May of 2026. So a lot of the apps on the store are vibe coded or AI enhanced, we'll say. Some people don't like that, some people don't care, some people might think it's cool. I'm in the camp of use it with caution, right? We've had a lot of attacks lately in the digital world. Yeah, that is something to be just kind of weary about. As a person who has used AI to help me code, I am not against vibe coding. The vibe coding I am against is people who do not have any interest in learning how to program and do not care to ever learn. Part of the bad thing is some of the apps kind of just don't work. Like I had a couple apps that you could just tell were vibe coded and they weren't that good. Some of them are meh. Some of them are pretty good though. The live news app, really good, especially compared to the built-in news. The glasses kind of feel detached from my personal life, right? So you can tell the glasses which notifications you want, but it's basically based on app notifications. It's not on like a drilled level. There's no dedicated Outlook, there's no Teams, there's no kind of YouTube stuff other than a single YouTube counter thing that someone in the community made. It just doesn't feel like these are a flushed out product. These glasses feel to me like something I've strapped on my face, and they have some good uses. They don't add anything. They don't give me notification. They do give me notification view, but I already had notification view on my watch. The only difference is now it's in front of my face. So I'd like to see the glasses more integrated, right? Because these glasses are in their own league. The screens are not color, and that is one of the negatives as well. There is no color. The only color on these screens is green. So I hope you like the Matrix, because you're going to be looking at it for a while. But yeah, I want to see more connection. I want to see more integrations to different apps, use more APIs, give me more control so that way I can make these feel more integrated to my different apps and more a part of my life. I can't even load my Google or Home Assistant calendar into the glasses calendar. It literally only gives you the option to use the calendar in your phone. So whatever your phone calendar has, but it utilizes the Android calendar like permission setting, right? So like I can't control what it sees. I don't get an option. The stock news app that's on the home screen kind of sucks. That's it. It kind of sucks. It doesn't update at all. I've used it multiple days, multiple weeks. They put an update out that was supposed to fix it. Did not fix it. Not in my personal case, at least. I will look at it at 6 in the morning and we'll have some news articles and I'll maybe go through them or maybe I ignore them, whatever I want to do. Then I'll go through at like 1 in the afternoon and it's got the same articles on it. Hasn't changed at all. 6 o'clock at night, same articles. Sometimes it will change. Seems completely and utterly random when it will change. Now, live news on the community store, or it might be called Mirai Live News, it's built to be like a radio that gives you live news. It's using like an LLM to give you the news. I love it. It works great. It crashes sometimes, especially if my phone is asleep in my pocket and I stop using it for a while. It will crash, but no, it's great. You can put it in heads-up display mode where it will only show text at the very top, and it literally will just be the time and a scrolling little bar of text that gives you news updates. You can do live news. There's all kinds of different features. I don't want to talk too much about that app, but if you want news on these glasses, that app is the best way to do it. Way better than the stock app. I'm hoping that the stock prices update frequently, but I don't know. I didn't pay enough attention to the stocks. I did set stocks up, but I get stock alerts on my phone and watch for the ones I care about, so I wasn't really looking at the glasses too much for that. I'm assuming if the news doesn't update a whole bunch, the stock ones probably also don't update often either. And the last bad thing is the price. We're going to talk about that in a second. Let me get through the mediocre, the meh stuff. This is the stuff that's not really great, not really bad, just meh. I would love to see transition lenses into these glasses or electrochromatic lenses. I'd really like to see electrochromatic lenses for the money that you're paying for these glasses, but I'd settle for transitions. Transitions would be perfectly acceptable. These have neither. So when you want these to be sunglasses, you have to clip on little sunglass thing. That's kind of terrible. Because then it's another thing you have to carry with you. It's another thing that can get lost. It's another thing that can get scratched. It's also like $70, which seems a little excessive for what is literally a clip. Speakers would be really nice. Or the ability to like connect Bluetooth earbuds to the glasses and then hear the AI talk to me or hear apps talk to me, so it's not just text. I want to talk about how I actually feel, what I think, should you buy them? And honestly, I mentioned earlier in the video that I'm renting these. I'm sending them back. I'm not keeping them for multiple reasons. One, as I stated, they do not really add a whole bunch. And yes, they've gotten multiple updates and I've seen new apps join the store, but I'm not going to pay this much money for a product that's not going to be ready for another couple years. And I do say a couple years because I really think in maybe like a year or two, Even is really going to have something solid on their hands, especially if they can get around the global economy crisis and lower these prices. Because I want to talk about price to get the glasses and the ring only. So that just gives you the glasses and the ring. $853.99 USD. If you're outside the US, do the conversion. The whole kit, which is the glasses, the ring, and the sunglasses clip, which comes with a little carrying pouch for it, was $937.88. I like these, but I don't $1,000 US like them. Not for what they offer. Now, like I said, I am using them right now. They work really good as a teleprompter. If you are somebody who absolutely wants a good teleprompter or good little, AI translate notes, if that's your thing, these might be worth it for you because they're great. The battery life's great. The audio pickup for microphones seems to be pretty good, even in like crowded areas. But if you're like a regular person who wants to use these to expand, your phone a little more, or maybe not touch your phone as much, or you want just some use out of this free real estate that God gave you, I don't think these are for you, because these aren't for me. You can hook these up to Claude Code and ChatGPT Codex and see them as a terminal. So I thought that feature was actually kind of cool, right? So I could set up a Codex project, I could work on something, and if I wanted to walk away, I could load it up on the glasses over a VPN or on my local Wi-Fi here, and I could go walk off, I could make a sandwich, do whatever I needed to do. And I could still see it. And I could actually hide the screen so I could still interact and not be distracted. And then if it had like a question, like it needed permission to do something or change something, the glasses would just turn on and say, hey, I need permission. Can you accept? And I would just control it with the ring. It honestly worked kind of great. That being said, literally a day or two after I got that working and was testing it, ChatGPT decided that you can now use Codex from your phone. So you can start the project on your laptop and then respond to the messages on your phone, which is essentially the same thing, and I can type to it, I can talk to it. I can't upload files from here, from the glasses. I can upload files from my phone. It's a cool feature, really cool feature. I did enjoy it. Unfortunately, it kind of got overruled. They're so not polished, right? It's hard to explain. The build quality is phenomenal. These do not feel cheap in any way. They feel solid. These feel amazingly sturdy for glasses, at least in my opinion. But the software just kind of sucks. It just doesn't feel done, doesn't feel polished. The community software doesn't really feel good. It just feels like it's all AI slop. There's not a whole ton of documentation on developing apps. So trying to figure it out is kind of hard. You can give that brief documentation to an AI, but then you're literally feeding the same problem that I just talked about of vibe coding it without understanding how to actually develop the code base. I'd kind of like to see them open source more of the glasses. I'd like to see the Ring be capable of using Health Connect, or even maybe let me use the Ring with another app, right? There's plenty of apps, or let me build an app. Expose some of the binaries. Like I said, the app doesn't, or the glasses don't work without your phone. One of the things I didn't mention was when my phone is locked and I'm not using it, the app will kind of like go put into sleep. I have reset it to unrestricted. I gave it all permissions and it still will die out. After a while, the app just gets put to deep sleep by my phone and the glasses just stop working. You'll literally open them up. Everything will be the same. Nothing's different. You'll go to use one of the features and it'll say, I've lost connection. Man, I'm basically worthless without your propaganda rectangle. I want useful tools, right? I'm a person who genuinely, every day, I carry a Flipper Zero on me because in my work, in the line of work I do, this is genuinely a useful tool for me. And I'm not even a hacker penetration tester white hat. I use my watch all the time. It's a good notification platform. I can I can take Google responses on it. I can give commands to it. The tech that I carry, yes, I carry a lot of tech, but I try to only carry things that add value to my life. I'm still carrying my GPD Win in my backpack because I still love it, especially after I modded it recently to put Honeywell thermal change on it. These are one of the few products that I've been carrying lately that I feel like I'm carrying only because I want to like them. I don't actually like them. And that's not me saying they're a bad product. They're a great product. Even Realities has a good product here. It's just not done yet. And honestly, as someone who did not own the G1, I don't know how the G1 got such favorable reviews. Right? Because they only opened the store to the public recently. I don't like these because they don't functionally do anything of any real value to me. It's a fancy clock that tells me when I get a text message, except it doesn't always tell me when I get a text message. If you're in the terminal mode, using it for AI vibe coding, you don't get messages. If you're in conversate or translate mode, you don't get messages. I don't get any message notifications when I'm in the live news or Mirai. Basically, if you're in an app in the glasses, you don't get notifications. I'm gonna have to either try renting another pair of smart glasses. I was hoping these would be the ones, right? I don't want the Metas. I don't want the Ray-Bans. The ones that only have cameras and don't have screens are literally worthless to me. I do not want to be a spy drone for the company of Meta. It feels like Apple built these, they engineered these. It feels like Apple put them in the packaging and engineered the packaging for the optimal unboxing experience. Then you put them on, and it's like a donkey kicked you in the nuts, hung over on acid and PCP. I like the Ring. As a control platform, I mentioned that, right? And you can buy the glasses without the Ring if you want to. You save a little bit of money. I didn't get a quote for that because I knew that I didn't want that. However, I would not do that. If I were you, I would not buy the glasses without the Ring. If you want to buy one, you have to get the other. The Ring is absolutely the best control method I've used for a wearable tech, other than just touching it, obviously, because smartwatch touch. But it's so nice. It was so easy to pick up. I haven't had a problem with it. I've had some small, minor, it'll see false detections here and there. Not a big problem to me. It has been super accurate. It's great. Compared to doing this, you have to swipe, you have to do this. Oh, cool. I just found out if you tap it 7 times, you get legal info and FCC info on the glasses. Cool. Easter eggs. I cannot remember a single time, other than the one test that I took, where these have added genuine value to my life. The features are cool. The hardware is great. They all work well. It's just not implemented well. It doesn't do enough. There's not enough community support yet. These are things that maybe in a year, this video will be completely and utterly irrelevant. I can't recommend these. They're not that good. I think in time, these will be great. They're just not there yet. They need to cook a little more. So it'd be cool if these could somehow use Android XR. right? Be a little more standalone. I understand they're probably always going to need to be tethered to a phone, but the fact that, man, they just die as soon as your phone is not around anymore, it's just a paperweight. So that's my review. They're going back. I'm sad. My wallet's happy. My wallet's very happy because I don't need to spend any more money. Okay. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. I am Dylan, the TechnoGiz guy. I will see you lady bots and gentle droids in the next video. Till that time, remember, keep it peaceful.